I hope everyone's having a great weekend. So I was asked about the Lockheed Martin trade. We did this short. If you haven't seen that short, please go watch that now, then come back. It'll make a little more sense to you. Since I talked about the pattern, the three black crows, I'm not going to discuss the pattern itself. We're just going to look at the trade, what we would expect tomorrow. So we have moved down into a key level of resistance here. So that's important, a key level of resistance. Uh, Important to know our surroundings for this week. So we know that two defense companies report this week. So that's a catalyst for Lockheed Martin as well. We need to know what our surroundings are. So we are at a major level of support here, and we can see that we got several touch points. We are touching faster. A lot of times when something's going to lose a level, you can see the repeat action coming in quicker. So we got to move. Look how long it took for a move back down to this level here. Look how fast that move come down to this level here. So I'm going to look at another chart real quick. All right, so let's go. And I know you're probably thinking right now, Bitcoin. Why are you showing me Bitcoin? There's no, but there actually is. So we got a sharp move down into a key level of support. We did a video on this as well. And what we were looking for here was either a move down below, a candle to open up and move below, or a bullish Rami, which is exactly what we got. This is a small bullish Rami. Now it could take 1 to 3 days for this to start to move up here, but this is a bullish candle pattern, and this could happen. It's at a key level of support. This very well could happen on Lockheed Martin as well. So let's go look under the hood. We need to see what's under the hood. We always got to take a look in at least an intraday time frame. Thought about doing this on Webull. Could have looked at a lot more time frames a lot quicker, but the pattern itself was done on the stock chart, so I figured it would be best to go to stock charts. So the last 3 days was in the pattern. We can see the last 3 days drifting down. Now what happened? So we got a gap up on an earnings, better than expected earnings, and we know that because we watched this in the trading room. We were trying to catch this move and got a nice sell signal there for a move lower. But then you can see, push back up, pulling back down. So now it's going for a gap fill over 2 days. And Friday, which we know the Friday candle was bigger than the previous 2 candles. That's very important. That makes this pattern as strong as it could be, because this is a very strong reversal signal. It's just at a key level. We also have some things happening in the stock market this week, like major defense companies, catalyst. We're seeing a lot of signs of pulling back. Lockheed Martin did turn in better than expected and got a very nice price target increase. They had a price target increase up to $500 after that earnings. And they got a nice move up to right around where, the price target was put, and then leading back down. But we can see we got a gap fill. We didn't really bounce at the gap fill, and we bled lower. We took out the major level, which would have been a gap fill at the time. You can see the volume trade in that area. Your gap fill is always a level of importance, and we lost that. And that's when you could see that candle, the move raging lower. That's important because that's a big deal for the three crows pattern. Is you want to see this last candle to be larger than the previous 2. So that's what we're expecting. Let's get a drawing tool out and let's talk about what could happen. We're going to go over all those scenarios. It's all about tomorrow's candle and what'll happen. The best thing that I would like to see is this candle gap down. So if we can get this candle to gap down to the bottom of that wick, take that 50 out and just run, that would be perfect. I want to use black because black's a neutral color versus green or red that way, just to make this a little easier. But, that would be textbook. That's probably not going to happen. That's just too much. There's a good chance that it's going to gap up like that and then move down below. So your entry is to let it break below this key level. And since that's at an angle, I like breaking below the candle body. Preferably go to that 15-minute chart and look for a break below the absolute low of Friday's day. That'll get you down there. Watch out for your 50-day. If you move lower, your 50-day can offer support. So that's one thing that could happen. We could gap up in the morning, gap up a little bit and run. that could give us a piercing candle type situation. We could see something like that. So, once again, as we have talked so many times, it's always about the next candle. So we got the pattern, we got the setup, but we don't have confirmation yet. So tomorrow we're looking for confirmation, and confirmation for this to go short is to a move below the lowest point in your pattern. My opinion, the best place to enter here is below that wick and watch your 50-day to go short. But a lot of things can happen. We could get a candle to we could get a candle to open up and dip lower like this, and then the bulls come back in, defend around that 50, push it back up, which is going to leave us a wick, like give us close higher, give us a little hammer candle, and that would be a reversal signal to the upside. So tomorrow's candle is very important. Always make sure you know your environment that you're trading in. So catalyst, is there any catalyst or any news that may come out on the stock? My implied volatility is going to be higher. So that affects how I trade this stock. That affects what strikes that I choose for this stock. That affects how long I plan on staying in this stock, because it is tradable. It takes some discipline on when to enter and when not to enter. Just because the IV's high does not mean that you cannot trade it and do well with it. So there's just a lot of circumstances that surround the stock this week with the environment. We need to know, our actual setup, our major support resistance lines, and then we need to take a look under the hood and see what actually happened during that pattern. So we're looking for a candle to gap down, preferably gap down below that wick and run. That just sounds too easy. Or we're looking for a candle to open up and move lower and move below, or open up below and then, sell off. If we stay above this support level, we're bullish. We're looking for a possible bullish Rami, piercing candle, some kind of reversal signal coming off a major key level of support. Remember, when you take out a major key level, you'll see price acceleration. I hope you find this helpful, and I'll see you in the trading room.